Hi, I'm Susan. Today I'm going to make the cover for my journal. And I've got this cake flour box. It's a nice sturdy board. And I'm going to cover it. Now I've got these books of upholstery fabric. So I want to use those and just kind of do a patchwork of the cover. So I kind of picked out darker looking colors since it's Gothic coffee. And so let's see how this goes. I hope everybody's doing great. I'm doing good. I'm going to lay down just a thing of batting. Just something to kind of pat it a little bit. And you want it just a tad smaller than your journal. Let me see here. I've done this a few times. I did one on a very small scale that I did for, I think it was Junk Journal July. Okay. And I mean, this will stretch. So I just kind of want to get an idea where to cut. And I think I want to, it's kind of heavy because it's rolled, so it wants to scissors don't want to cut it. Okay, so let me get that cut out. If I turn, there we go. Sorry about this. I'm struggling here. Okay. We have had some cold weather. It's cold right now, but it is supposed to start warming up again. I'm ready for spring. As I've gotten older, I just don't do winter very well. I think my blood's thin. You know, you live down south and it's hot most of the year. And then when it gets really cold, it just, here in Mississippi, it's a humid type of cold because of the coast. So the humid's so bad that when it gets cold, it's not the same as other places. Okay, I think that's gonna be good. Now it looks backwards because I cut off the flaps. Okay, and I'm just going to use some Fabri-Tac. And I'm just going to kind of go down the middle for the most part. Well, I'll do it. Spread it out. It'll dry. I'm going to sew this, and I don't want it to you know, just kind of have a hard time going through the glue. Okay. All right. And now I need to figure out which pieces I want to use. I cut out a lot of them. Let's see. My digitals. Kind of get an idea. Now I showed these in my last video where I did the glue book, random glue book. But let's see what we've got. I like this. There is greens. I don't know if it's quite dark enough. like that. I like this one. I like that one. And I like this one. And it's dark, but it's got some of the blues. So what I may do, and I want it to hang off the edge. And I may end up cutting it to smaller squares. That's what I usually do. So let me do that. I got my picking shears. They're not as wide as what those are. Maybe just in half. So I have that there. Maybe this one here. Do that one like this. And this one like this. And then have something in the center, which will probably be two somethings. Make sure I'm hanging off. I want to wrap it around to the other side. And the last one, I think this one. I like how that looks. So let me just tack it down. Just enough to where I can sew it. Okay, get this one. This one. And then these. Okay, now I'm going to sew around this and I'll be back. Hold up. First, I need to lay this down and turn this over so I can sew it. And it's going to be thick because of that paper. Let me cut the corners off. Didn't have as much overhang there as I thought probably should have, and I'll cover a lot of that. Okay. gonna lay that down. And probably need some clips. That'll hold us. Let's try this again. I'll do the bottom. Okay. When I sew around it, I can kind of go around and pull the clips as I go. Hopefully. More clips. I usually try to take the paper off, and I should have this time. It doesn't always all come off, but with a heat gun I can get some of it off. I was being lazy, and I'm probably going to regret it. Especially when I go to sew. Okay, I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to sew this, and I'll be back. Okay, I've got it sewed. This shifted, and when it did, it left a gap here, down here. So I added another piece on top. And I have to say, don't be lazy like me. Take those papers off, because it became very thick. I ended up breaking a needle, and my thread, I had some cheap thread, obviously, and it ended up not even, I mean, I could even start. But I switched threads, and it got better. But it just got very thick right in here. But I just did a zigzag around the whole thing and around each little square. And it's kind of got that little shabby, it's got that quilted feel, and I'm happy with it. So, and at least that was kind of on the spine, so it won't matter so much. And I may end up even putting lace, I don't know, but I kind of like that. But now for the inside, I'm just going to use paper. And let me see. Now, it's a good thing that my prints did have a border because this book is a little bit smaller. So this is 6. So I'm going to go 5.5. And this is 8. So I am going to go maybe a tick out underneath the 8. Move all this stuff out of my way. I thought this paper would be pretty on the inside. You can use material too, but I really didn't have any material that I was just in love with that I thought would go with the theme. And I'll end up putting another strip in the center when I do before I sew in my signatures. Okay. So we're going to go 5.5. And 5.5. And just 1/8 underneath the 8-inch. That'll make a fun journaling card or scrap or something. Okay. And then I can just put those down. And I'm going to ink them first. I don't want that white core to show. But I think this is some beautiful scrapbook paper. I like making journals, but it is a process of doing this, and I get overwhelmed sometimes. But usually once I start, I'm gung-ho. I think it's just the thought of everything that you have to do, and I need to stop that. And I should make, like, I have never made a one signature journal, so I probably should give that a shot. And I may find it a lot more easier. I have some envelopes, manila envelopes to use for covers. Once I've made journals, I've just made the 3 signature. Okay. Get this down. I'm going to have to cut down. I have some of my coffee dyed papers, and I'm going to have to trim them down just a tad. Like I said, there was a border on the digitals, and it ended up being a good thing because I didn't realize how much smaller this box was. What I like to use, which is the perfect size, is like your baking mix. I use the Kroger brand, but you know, the Bisquick type baking mixes. It's just the perfect size and thickness. This is very thick, just like this cake flour box is. You know, I've used other boxes, but they've just been so thin, you know, when you make it, it just looks flimsy. But these, especially once if you get them padded, just look really nice. Okay. And now I need to do, see what I'm going to put in the middle. I don't know exactly what I want to use. No, any of those. I don't know. It's not very thick. Let's see what else I have. side my spine is, it is about 1/8 of an inch under it's about 2 1/4 inches. So this in the middle may be nice. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to cut that out and use it. So I need 3 1/4. And it's too short. I wasn't thinking that I had such a gap there. Okay. Oh, Susan. I shoulda, shoulda, coulda, woulda. All right, I like this. Now let me figure this out. Okay, that's 2 1/4. So I'll need 3 1/4, 4 1/4. All right, let's try it again. Math is not my strong suit. And thinking things through, I need to really work on. Used to have some more, but yes, that'll be better. And then I'll go the 8 and a tick under 8, or 1/8 of it. Yes. Now that'll be nice. And I am going to do 1 inch on each side. Score it. I scored it, and why didn't it fold where it's supposed to? Because I scored it on the wrong side. I never did understand the valley to valley, mountain to mountain, valley to mountain, mountain to valley thing. I don't know what that means. I hear it, but I don't know what it means, so. But I do know it scores better on one side than the other. Yeah. Okay. Now I am going to go just around this, because I will be putting in some signatures. But on this, I will go ahead and glue it down. forgot to ink it. It's got that white. I'll have to brush it. Kind of hit that edge. Get my glue eraser and try to erase some of that. And hopefully that's that. I like the inside. I'm worried about the way it closes, but I'm hoping once I get the signature sewed in that it'll kind of work itself. I don't know. I've never had this much trouble. Maybe it's because it's so bulky. Or maybe I scored it in what it said, but maybe I should have went in a little bit. It looks like that's the biggest thing is with the gap. I may just have to redo it. If I do, I do. But we're going to see what we can do with it. Okay. Well, I think this is it for today. The video might be shorter for y'all, but it's been a long one for me trying to sew around this. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like my journal cover. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't and ring that bell so you can be notified when I upload new content. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Y'all have a great and wonderful day. And until next time, bye y'all.